Good morning, everyone.
Yay! We're here.
Or good evening.
It's early for us.
It's early for us. It might be late for you, depending on what side of the pond you're on.
This is
This
is the earliest live stream we've ever done. We have 1, 2, 3 coffees.
Many coffees.
We've got Katie on the decks on the 1s and 2s.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Do you have a coffee?
I don't. I have a Lucasade.
I did offer to make you a coffee.
Yeah, I had a coffee.
You refused.
I had a coffee this morning when I was actually awake for the reveals.
Yeah.
Well done, you.
You did it.
Look at me.
She was our competitive correspondent.
Yeah,
She was
quite
indeed.
literally.
She was
Quite
indeed,
literally.
on the front lines.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd do a live stream this morning to cover all of the reveals that happened at the LVO. This morning, we've got 40k stuff that was revealed, we've got Sigma, we've got Warcry, we've got Kill Team, we've got Dreadnoughts and Arbites and Karanak mask wearing men.
But there was reveals.
Yes.
I presume that everyone can hear us as well. We'll just do that standard little check. There's no like, I can't hear you in the comments. And
Well,
stuff.
everyone's just saying like, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I
And
went
someone
with
said
positive
coffee
intent.
save,
I like
so
that.
I assume they know what we're talking
Coffee
about.
saves, exactly. Coffee
yeah.
saves indeed. Coffee for the coffee.
I have a
Plus one to the jitters.
So as far as I'm aware, we already have some super chats. If you guys want to get involved with this conversation, do hit us up in the super chats. We'll read out your questions and or comments, and we will talk about all the things that you want to talk about. But first of all, we'll just discuss quickly, before we get into all the questions.
Run through it.
We've got the 40k reveals first of all. Yes. The Brutalis Dreadnought.
Yes!
Multi-melter nipples and claws.
Yes!
It's incredible. I quite like it.
I really like it.
I think it might be divided opinion a little bit. But it's a combat dreadnought, a combat redemptor.
It's a redemptor. Of course, it will divide opinion.
All I'm going to say is someone has already made it look like a blood angel, and I'm very, very excited.
I always love it when you get like the Photoshop people come out and they go like, oh, that's nice, but this looks better. And I'm like, yeah, it usually does.
It's almost like it's a showroom for a car. Like, look at all the printed colours you could have. Yeah.
And the speed in which they're made does blow my mind.
Yeah.
They're just there on the reveal. It's like, cool, save the image, create new things in Photoshop.
Photoshopping away.
Why has Games Workshop not done that? Why don't they have like this is what it looks like, and then like you can click to see what it looks like in the other, especially for the marine stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's a relatively simple.
Because they could
Photoshop
paint it
job.
all in that like green screen green.
Yeah.
And then they could just bloop, bloop, bloop. Do you know what I mean?
wonder
Heavy
if-
metal, if you're watching,
Yeah.
have that one.
Yeah, think of a cool 40k name for green screen green.
Green screen green. Oh, we've got it.
Yeah, I
Goblin
mean,
green.
yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, Goblin Green is basically a green
It'll
screen.
work, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So you have your jobs to do, GDW marketing. The Desolators.
Well, let's just stick with the Brutalis for a bit.
Okay.
Can I just say I really like the snippy snip claws?
I think
It's cool.
the claw.
Thank you for your contribution.
I hate the stubber on top. It just looks so out of place.
I like it as a weapon. I don't know why it's on top of a dreadnought.
I feel it'd be hard to shoot stuff below the dreadnought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be shooting stuff that's pretty far away. Yeah, it's like
I get it's meant to be like an anti-air.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously an
It's an Icarus one, isn't it? Yeah.
But it's just like I don't think it fits. And the bolters on the fist.
I don't mind that. Because you imagine you're about to like attack something, and it's like, and then you crush it in the palms.
Look. So you've got them on the end of the thing, but then you've got like a massive like targeting array, and you're just like, can you not do that?
Imagine the dreadnought just going.
I prefer if it was in the palms, like they do on some of the old.
Meanwhile, the claws have like massive power generators on them, so.
Well, it's required, really, isn't it?
Is it
So
I honestly thought those were like little rockets. Like, boom, no, like rocket boosters. So like when they punch, it punches.
or you could fire the fist.
Not quite what I was getting at.
Boom!
But sure.
Yeah.
Then it turns into a little spider.
All right.
Rubbers on.
The Desolation Squad.
Right, hot take. Do not like.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I have not seen many positive comments about these guys.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that some of the poses I feel have been done dirty by the heavy metal team, because I feel the helmet should be looking up with the gun. So like they're going ping over a building or something.
Yeah.
When they're stood like this, it does look like they're being caught napping.
Oh
Really.
goodness!
Yeah. Oh, we need to kill something. Oh, where's my weapon, brother?
Just look, the guns are the same size as the Marines.
They're too big. Like the multiple one looks like a Schmerz. Or is it Schmerz? A Smurf? Like,
I thought they were small blue people.
No. It's basically like a 1980s Cold War era Soviet missile thing. on a truck.
Okay.
Like,
I know what you mean, yeah.
Because it is just, here's 4 tubes.
The thing that sort of goes like up.
Yeah, and it's sort of, it's on a truck and the truck just goes,
Yeah.
So I kind of get the design inspiration. And the big missile with the flap, I'm just like, I'm getting Commando vibes, that classic man-portable missile.
Yeah.
But there's no reason for it to be as large as a Primaris. Now, I've seen a couple of people turn around and say, if they were in Gravis armor, like underslung, like the Eradicators, they would look great.
Yeah.
I said to you this morning, it's like, why didn't they just do what they did with Havocs and go, yeah, they're basically the normal size Marines, just with bulkier leg braced armor.
Yeah.
So it looks a bit more. These are just intercessors with a missile pod. It looks like a 10-year-old's design it.
I think the other weird thing is that in the box they come
And then they put more guns on it.
The other models in the box are all heavy intercessors. So they're going to look even weirder.
Yeah, it's an odd.
It looks like they're overcompensating for their missiles.
If they were like shoulder mounted, I think that might be a slightly better option. They just look like they're too heavy to carry.
I don't fully understand what the cable is.
Well,
Is that power?
It's for shooting big guns.
No,
But
so
the thing that attaches to the Marine.
what you
they've
mean
got like a big...
the belt bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the belt bit goes into the underslung rotary bit.
So
it's like a missile.
it's feeding
feed.
missiles.
Yeah. So that's feeding like. Yeah.
So it's like a missile Gatling.
Where is he storing his box of missiles?
Well, I mean,
In the missile box,
we
obviously.
can't see it on the model, because we can only
that's
see.
what's in those pouches. There
We
you
can
go.
only see the front bit of the model, but so I presume it's like the like the Havocs where they've got like the drum-fed heavy bolters on the back with the belt going into the heavy bolter.
Yeah.
So I presume it's a drum of missiles. That is not OSHA compliant.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form.
I hope they explode.
We'll move on because we have a shorter stream today.
Yeah, we do.
You like the Lieutenant, don't you?
I love it.
Why do you like it?
I hope it's a new dawn for all generic characters of that you can have all the options in a box and make them how you want.
Yeah.
No longer do you have to have Power Fist and Plasma Pistol or the other weapons on stuff. It's just, hey, you make it how you want. If you don't want the Roman leather flappy bits, you don't have to have them. There's a tabard option. It's cool.
Yeah.
You have a power sword, you know, a plasma pistol, you can have a power fist and a regular pistol. I'm on board.
It's great. They started with the Gravis Captain previously that had lots of weapon options.
It's
and
cool.
Now this guy's got the same thing.
I just like it. Yeah.
It must be the most options I've seen on a character ever.
Yeah, for a Primaris character especially.
Yeah.
Like in the old, when you used to have the old Space Marine Captain, he had loads of bits and helmets and stuff.
I think for me, it's like, yeah, it's great. It's like,
I mean, it is.
It's like 8 years too late. Like everyone already owns 4 Primaris lieutenants. Like I like the fact that they're sort of doing the options, but it is one of those things where I go, cool, could have started like this.
Yeah, maybe I'm more excited. I've just started a new project. Yeah. Oh.
This is the last Lieutenant. They can't do another Primaris Lieutenant at this point.
Oh,
that's always the old beam, isn't it? Oh, another Lieutenant. They can't do another one.
There'll be lieutenants on bases.
with man-portable missile launcher.
And there'll be one that'll be like, it's the Desolator, Lieutenant. You could give him a missile launcher.
Games Workshop,
You've done it again!
No.
No, it absolutely won't be because we'll eventually get Gravis lieutenants.
Oh, God damn it.
Well,
Never mind.
the new dawn's over very quickly.
Yeah, it's not. You know what is a new dawn? The wrath of the Soulforge King.
Oh, Vashtor, baby.
Vashtor's here.
Come at me.
I mean,
Assassin's Secret Man.
Yes.
we've already seen Vashtor, and we've already seen Azrael.
Yeah. It's quite a good box, this. I quite like it.
I mean, look, you can finally get your Venom Crawlers and Obliterators in another box
They
set.
found another way to repackage the Venom Crawlers and the Obliterators. It's amazing. It's like, we will never sell them as separate units, ever.
We're
It's
doing
never
like
going to
some
happen.
Obliterators. You can have some Dark Angels with that.
I mean, look, that's lots of Chaos bits for you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, because, you know,
Yeah,
Dark
that's
Angels.
true.
It's. I think it's a bit odd. I mean, it's a standard like box set thing where you go, here's this really cool character that you really, really want, but here's a bunch of stuff that you already own.
Yeah, I mean, I think the potential for splitting with someone's quite high because Venom Crawlers are still hard to get, Obliterators are still hard to get, Vashtor's amazing, Azrael's amazing.
And there's going to be lots of people who want Deathwing Terminators, I'm sure, in the competitive scene.
Yes.
10 Intercessors, maybe not so much.
Yeah, 10 Intercessors is a bit weird, but then again, you need to have some kind of green wing, don't you?
Yeah.
I personally am very much looking forward to Azrael coming out as a standalone model because I need none of those things.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Very sad.
do you
don't
need
any
it?
of those things?
I don't need any of them.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, I'll
Katie,
wait
what have you
for your
done?
pre-order.
Bought 4 boxes.
Yeah, because you get a Venom Crawler, 2 Obliterators, 10 Cultists, and Vashtor. So that actually, for you, that's not a bad box.
I do love those cultists, actually.
The cultists are very cool.
Because the Cultists are good.
Yeah.
You always are going to want Obliterators.
I need another Venom Crawler.
You do need a Venom Crawler.
I mean, I do have 9 Obliterators at this point.
There you go.
Yeah, but
He
more
really wants
Obliterator is better
Azrael's. There you
Obliterator.
go. You can split the box. Done. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Very good.
Well done.
Princesses.
Right, before we move on to the next thing, should we go through a couple of the super chats?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Let's go through some of these. So Phil Tompkinson, who before we even started, I saw you did the super chat.
Legend.
Good man.
Hey
Thanks,
guys,
Phil.
that new Dreadnought looks brutal.
Oh, nice!
Hey!
Because it's a Brutalis Dreadnought.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Do you see
Phil
what he's
is well
done
known
there?
for these puns.
Maybe it'll go.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll do that.
Yeah.
Brutalis Dreadnought.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Touch in. Punching.
Right, moving on. Jonathan Haynes, love you guys. All I want is Angron and 8-band to be decent, also secondaries.
Also, secondaries what?
I assume for World Eaters, but there weren't any World Eaters reviews at LVO. So
There won't.
what
There,
about?
yeah, there won't be.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be lots of World Eaters news that it will bring you in the not
Have
too
you
distant
eaten
future.
many worlds?
Yes.
LaRouche Ryu has put a couple of comments. The first, he forgot to leave a comment with the super chat. So he did say, just wanted to say love all that you do and keep up the good work. And he did also say, if I can find your message a bit further down, figured out how to use super chats. Congratulations.
Yay.
Yay. Magnets to 85 Skaven bases. Thanks for the company.
He's saying what, sorry?
Super glowing magnets to 75 Skaven bases.
That's a lot of magnets.
Good for you.
That's a lot of rat boys.
That's some solid hobby admin you
Yeah.
know right there.
Fair play.
Yeah.
The photo owl. Good morning. Disappointed in no new Nighthaunt. Well, we're going to get onto the Age of Sigmar reveals in a bit, so we can have that discussion.
Also, no new Nighthaunt. Didn't they just get a
They
battle
did just,
tome?
yeah.
They're not going to get new stuff for a little while, I'm afraid.
And I mean, they got reveals at the last LVO, so.
Yeah.
We've got loads of Nighthaunt Sigma reports.
Yeah, we've got
So
quite a
check
few
those out.
in the bag.
Quench your fill. Quench your fill?
Quench your thirst on souls.
Yeah, soul
Yeah.
first.
Soul first.
It's just Jay asked what our opinion on the T-shirt cannon Marines are, so hopefully we answered that question.
Yes! Yeah.
So hopefully we answered your question with that.
Gonna kill Chaos Lord
You've
Maul.
set them off on one now. It's never
Oh, yes,
gonna end.
Primaris Lieutenant, what's her name?
Madison.
No, Katie, what's her name, the singer?
You carry on whilst he has a brain
Yep.
melt.
Matt Portman, morning everyone, watching this while bidding up some Tomb Blades. Question for Chef, is 21 scarabs too many scarabs?
How many scarabs?
21.
How many can you take?
Katy
I
Perry?
don't know.
27? Need more scarabs.
Katy Perry does t-shirt cannon. I was like, Katy Perry, that's not someone from school, is it? No.
No.
Katy Perry.
Okay.
Boom, t-shirts.
Square 7, if the Brutalis drops and they don't lower the cost of my actual trash Furioso, I'm going to be a very sad lamenter. Rockets are nice though.
Why don't you use the Brutalis as a Furiosa?
It uses a few, it's like perfect for that.
Yeah.
Paint it red.
Angry.
Why not?
Yeah.
Convert away.
Put some wings on it. Put some wings on it.
TNA are always fun. Excited for the Dark Angel set. Poor Rock though. Because you know, there's a
Being
whole
invaded.
Vashtor
Oh,
there.
Vashtor's there.
Oh, the Rock.
The Rock.
Rock, yeah.
That Rock. Yeah.
Vashtor, I bet he'd love the Rock, wouldn't he?
There's lots. I reckon some
Vashtor's
secrets
just-
there.
Yeah, I bet there's some secrets.
There's some
back in
serious
there.
secrets, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's shredding
got-
loads of files.
He's got his like
Quick,
dark
brothers.
USB keys. Where can I plug these in?
Shred the data.
Beard, you'll be very happy to know that Texas Sidewinder is back.
Get in, the hero we all need.
Howdy partners, it's a bit early but ready for the ride. What were your personal hopes for the reveal?
The reveal that's already happened.
Yeah, what were our personal hopes?
Oh! Well, I mean, the Lion was heavily rumoured, wasn't he? Heavily rumoured by everyone.
Well, he was heavily rumoured. There was a bit of an error in judgment by certain companies.
Well, I did that classic thing where I was like, oh yeah, someone's mentioned it on a Reddit thread somewhere. It must be happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For reference, the last LVO had the Avatar, Morgan Ra, the Shiny Spears. That was it for 40k. The one before that was cancelled. The one before that was, I brought it up, was like some AdMech stuff. There's LVO has never had like, here's something literally galaxy changing.
I do believe James has a perfect analogy for this.
Oh yes,
Well,
your analogy.
Yeah, you see, I just feel like a lot of people were sort of getting a bit like, oh, I'm really disappointed. And it's like, hey, we've got loads of new cool stuff and everyone should be excited. Lots of very cool things. I think with obviously the rumours circling around, I think, look at it like this. If you're waiting at the Games Workshop bus stop, right, and you're there like, oh, a bus might come along.
Can we call it a tram because they've got a tram stop outside Warhammer World?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Fantastic.
You're waiting at the Games Workshop tram stop, right? You're like, I'm excited for my tram. A man jumps out from behind the bushes with a tinfoil hat, just wearing a dressing gown, and says, "No! Don't wait at this tram stop. There's another around the corner. Follow me to the tram stop." If you follow that man and you go to this imaginary tram stop and no trams arrive, you can't be angry at Games Workshop. They had nothing to do with that. Yeah. It's not their fault the imaginary tram never arrived, okay? So stop being disappointed when the imaginary trams don't turn up. Get on the one they told you was coming and have a nice time.
This is not the first time we've had this
Just
today.
be nice and enjoy the new things.
I think the main thing is look at it from this angle, right? Why would Games Workshop announce something so galaxy changing and lore changing at what is, whilst tightly knit, a third-party event when they have their own flagship event a few months away?
Yeah.
I can't imagine they're not going to talk about the Lion if he's coming at all. I love if everyone's like, it's all rumors. It's just like, yeah, no, it's just like a Horus Heresy book.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a Horus Heresy book about what the Lion was doing whilst everyone else is like fighting over Terra. He's just like, oh, just chilling on the rock.
It's a Primaris Lieutenant riding a lion. There we go.
There you go, that's your new lieutenant.
Yeah, there you go. I'm clearing that one up.
Yeah, in terms of what I think we were expecting, yes, I think the expectation was the Lion, but that is predominantly as a result of like rumor mongering and hype building. It's like me, I watch movie trailers, I build myself up, and then I get really disappointed when they don't meet my expectations. That's not the movie's fault. I mean, it's technically the trailer's fault for hyping me up in such a way. It's just, what other stuff was I expecting? I was expecting Lizardmen. And oh man, did I get some Lizardmen.
Oh, baby.
Oh, we're going to the Mortal Realms now, everyone.
We'll get onto that in just a moment. I'm just going to finish off these super chats because there's a couple relating to the stuff you guys have been talking about. Austin Paul has given a super chat, but no message. So if you meant to
Praise
put a message,
be unto the message list one.
well, if you meant to put a message in, put it in the chat. And I'll read it out.
That's fine.
Plaguebearer Bob, excited to watch the video on demand after work. Likes for the light gold, comments for the algorithm throne. Thank you so much for supporting.
Thank you,
even though
Plaguebearer
you're
Bob.
watching. Kevin Schwager, have you ever thought about expanding your business to a franchise system in other countries like France or Germany? That's just not viable for us.
It's not. It's not possible.
No.
French chef does not exist.
No. Sad.
I mean, there are many French chefs, but
Le Bad.
Not.
There's only one chef.
Yeah. This is my rifle. It is.
Walker 41B, moving on. What do you mean LVO doesn't have something galaxy changing? Space Cops and their best boy are amazing.
Right, first of all, don't. No. None of this RBTs nonsense.
There are BTs.
No, they're not.
Warcom confirmed it.
Warcom mispronounce Arbite.
Well, Warcom also get a lot of stuff wrong in their articles.
RBTs! Please don't reveal those amazing models and call them RBTs, please.
No.
Oh no! Look who's come. The Drakari's like, it was space pirates. We'll be fine.
No.
Oh no! Look, it's the RBTs. The what?
To be
they're
fair,
called RBTs. Oh really?
Yeah. To be fair, like Warcom is correct. We do, after all, have the Brute Alice Dreadnought, and don't forget the Chateau. If we're going to start mispronouncing things in this made-up
Brute Alice.
Yeah, those Arbites, they're amazing.
Okay.
The thing that I love about them is that you buy a box of 10, but each model has 3 different options.
The New Dawn. The New Dawn's back.
Wow. Well, it might be something that's actually happening.
Well, you buy a box of 10, you also get some Drakari and some walls.
That's true.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're not a standalone box set. It's Kill Team.
Oh,
so
right.
it's one of the new. It's the next like iteration of the Kill Team boxes.
Oh, okay.
So you get like the walls because they're Soul Shackle. Oh, that's pretty
Very cool.
Yeah. Look, he's Judge
The
Dredd.
Arbites are very
He's
cool.
basically Judge Dredd.
I mean,
Oh, he's got a loudspeaker with wings.
It's Judge Dredd with a cyber dog. I mean, I'm on board quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's a very, very cool kit. The Drakari kit's alright as well. They look quite like normal.
I think, is it an upgrade sprue?
I think it's an upgrade
It's an
sprue.
upgrade
The regular
They've got
cabalets.
a lot more like specialist weapon options.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And,
I like the dude
heads
that's
and
got like
close
the.
combat.
He's got like 2 swords and he's got one of the like gladiator helms. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see those sort of trickle into 40k, like because they give in like a with a packed upgrade sprue you can make a range of specialists, including an arch cyberite, a crimson duelist, and even a sky splinter assassin. Whereas currently the Cabalite warriors are like, we've got a gun.
Yeah.
You can make them like that would be a cool thing to go. Yeah, if you make them a unit of Trueborn, one can be made
that'd be cool.
for no extra
Upgrade,
cost, and it's
that'd be
like actually give them like a
Maybe
melee
they
option.
said the Arbites can be used in 40k.
They
I think
did allude-
They said
presumably
they can
that's
be used in
boarding
boarding
action.
action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they also alluded to the fact they will eventually be separate kits as well.
Yeah, yeah, no. So
They'd be
you
perfect for
you
boarding
can
action.
arm them as So you've got an exaction squad. There's us saying whether it's pronounced Arbites and Arbites, and I can't pronounce that. Squad of specialists for games of Kill Team, including types like the Proctor Exactant, Shiragunt, and the Cyber Mastiff. With a leash master.
Maybe that's what the lion is going to be.
A mastiff.
Cyber lion.
Cyber lion. You can also arm them as shotgun-toting vigilance or riot-shielded subductor squads for use in games of 40k.
Oh, give them all shields.
Yeah. You got the right. He's the leash master. Where's the right?
Dread with his dog.
They do look quite scary policeman-esque.
Yeah, look.
They do
And
look
then
like
Judge
Judge Dredd.
find out
Oh,
that they
yes.
called RBTs.
Judge Dredd was a what? What are
Judges.
What are
Are they
judges?
just called judges?
They're the judges.
They're the
Yeah.
judges,
A group
yeah.
of
They're judge, jury, and
the judges.
executioner.
The judges, yeah. And then you had the high judges, and then you had the... It's been ages since I've read any
Oh,
judges.
it's good.
Yeah. For those of you that aren't aware, 2000 AD is basically the inspiration for a lot of sci-fi stuff from like the British sci-fi era, including 40k. So if you have... And when we say Judge Dredd, we'll ignore the Sylvester Stallone one. As much as I enjoy,
I don't know.
as much as I enjoy that movie,
Man's
it's
got
not,
the chin for it.
It's not a Judge Dredd movie. Dredd, however, is
Yeah, it's very good.
that's a very good film. The comics are, they're very good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, Seraphon?
Hey!
You're excited for that. I'm excited for them. They're
They look so good.
great. Yeah. You mentioned the
So
other day
good.
the original Warriors came out in 2002.
2002, the originals. Yeah, so they are 21 years old, give or take. The new ones are, they look like they should, which is scary giant slabs of 7 foot tall muscle.
And they painted one like Godzilla.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
yeah.
I also
They look so good.
Oh, they're very cool. They've sort of lent into. I know they released that one Saurus Warrior in the one of the Underworld kits,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's what I hope the rest of them. Look
Yeah,
like that.
and
And
they-
now
Yeah.
Do they look the same as that one?
I think so.
That
They were like
kind of-
really
yeah,
beefy.
like beefy. So the
Whereas the other ones look a little bit scrawny.
yeah, so the original ones are quite scrawny. It all kind of started with the Carnosaur kit, the Scar veteran that rides around it. You can make one on foot, and he's a big beef. He's that sort of style. Looks like an actual lizard dinosaur.
Dinosaur man.
Yeah, they look really good. Like, I also really love the fact that they've got metal and stone shields now rather than scale shields.
Yeah.
So there's more interesting things to paint
Yeah.
on them.
And the scale thing always looked a bit weird. Are they skinning each other to make their
Well,
own shields?
it was always meant to be like other dinosaurs in the jungles of Lustria, and now that the fluff has moved on from the old world, they just look so good. And then we got new stuff. Happy chicken dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're really
Raptors.
cool. They look
They're-
like-
Yes, chickens.
Well, they look to be based off of a combination of an Archaeopteryx and a Velociraptor, but I'm pleased regardless because
here for it.
it's more dinosaurs being ridden by smaller dinosaurs covered
Could
in.
say
space wolves.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
dinosaurs are cooler than
the
wolves.
star frog.
I'd have more respect for the Space Wolves if they were wolf and riding around on wolves.
Oh.
Because then I'd be like, look, at least you're owning it. At least you're owning how ludicrous this concept is. And then we've got the Frogman. Look at him.
Very cool.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this is the same. Whoever the team are that create these physics-defying models that I can only assume are attached by one teeny weeny bit
look at
of
it.
plastic.
Like, where's his
Like,
connection points?
It's incredible.
It's
I mean,
fantastic.
he is going to wobble around like nobody's business.
He's a big fat frog. I'm sure he will.
I mean, some of the Sigma stuff is just, it's wild.
Yeah.
Like, well done, whoever is sculpting these, well done.
So yeah, so in one of the group chats that I'm in, one of my friends this morning literally opened up this morning with 40k gets this Desolator Marine. Sigmar gets this frog on a box floating around defying the laws of gravity. And I was like, yeah, Sigmar tends to win pretty much any time there's a model release at the moment.
The Warcry Sigma stuff was great as
Oh,
well.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like
Can we talk about
monastic
Dogman?
vampires.
Dogman.
Oh yeah, man as dog.
Man as dog.
Yeah.
He's so into Karanak. He's
into
trying to be
Karanak.
one.
Yeah.
It's
he
amazing.
wants to be a flesh hound.
When I first saw it, I was like, more corn, really? But actually,
They're really cool.
they're very, very cool.
And then you've got the with the monastic vampire things. They're going
so
like the
cool.
classic,
They're very cool.
like like Eastern European mythology of like they're very wolf and animalistic rather than just they're bats and suave because it's like the whole point of it is it's the beast within. That was always the.
A lot of the Warcry kits, I think they go under the radar a little bit, but they're always amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
they're great.
I guess because it's such a like skirmish game in a box.
Wicked.
I think it sort of tends to stay within its box. There's some cool terrain there too.
Yeah, really cool terrain.
But that's also interestingly the first non-chaos army or non-chaos warband in Warcry, in the official sort of, because it's always been like chaos versus chaos, and they worship aspects of chaos. So it's like they're one of the recent ones, like the granite ones. They worship the great changing stone. And you just like it's Tzeentch.
And they had like the Nurgle ones that were like the weird like creepy,
the Rotmire Creed, you know, and there's always stuff like that. But I think this is the first one in a core box set that is non-chaosy. They
we're
look
wrong.
cool.
It's very cool. Right, we're going to go back to super chats.
Yeah, we've got quite a few super
left.
chats building up. Tom Can Do, I imagine you wouldn't want to fair dodge on the Brutalis tram.
Well, yeah.
That would be horrible.
Imagine a Brutalis tram. That'd be a cool way to get to work.
Yes,
Martin Bugless, 3 things. 1, the mention of the t-shirt cannons made me think of Maud Flanders, R.I.P. 2, I want to write more about Brother Castiel. And 3, trams for the tram god.
Trams for the tram god. Thank you, everyone.
They're like your
Tram thing.
Look, if the analogy's good, the analogy's good.
It works.
What was the second part of that 3?
I want to write more about Brother Castiel.
So Martin wrote, on the first narrative game, he wrote that big paragraph about Castiel on the comment section.
Yes,
Oh,
right. We need more Castiel. Yeah, we do
More,
indeed.
please, thank you.
Yes, we do.
Paul is bad at stuff, may not have had the imaginary tram arrive, but over-the-top Serious Sam style missile launcher marine tram did arrive, and I'm getting on that ride.
Yeah, man, I think,
I get that. Yeah.
I understand why some people like it.
Yeah, it is very...
Space Marines with massive missile launchers.
What I love about
when you say that sentence.
what I love about it is that kind of, over-the-top nature of 40k. Like, let's put it... But I think it's really indicative in a way of how we sort of, as a community, look, especially at Space Marines, because they are the poster boys.
Yeah.
The early Primaris stuff. Why don't we just call them True Scale Marines? Then they start releasing the Gravis. Why don't we just call them Terminators? Then they release the Phobos stuff. Oh, they're now tactical and it's so over the top and silly. Okay, and then Games Workshop probably just went, all right then, fine. You want your space monks? Have some Blade Guard. And everyone lost their minds, went, this is the best thing ever. And then they go, yeah, okay, you like over the top stuff in your game of completely not serious things. Here's a giant missile launcher. No, it's too far.
It's a tight
just like,
for sure.
I get why some people like it, and it's very Doom-esque, it's very Quake, it's very 90 shooters over the top serious Sam, as you say.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it fits the aesthetic of the Primaris
shoulder mount
that they've kind of got going on.
If you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
If you like it,
you boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Well said. I'm going to move on to we've got a lot of super chats. Fletcher Bamford Doe did comment again. Why did I decide on Orcs for my first 40k army? I don't know. Why did you?
Because decide what?
Cool.
Orcs are great.
Orcs are great.
Yeah. You have a lovely time with those orcs.
Yeah. And also the other thing with orcs, like, why did I start orcs as my first army? You've technically started with everything as your first army, because if it's got a model, you can loot it.
Yeah.
Just loot it. Just loot it. You know what? I need a truck. I'm going to loot it.
If you want it to go faster, paint it red.
Yeah.
Razzex. There's a Z and an X next to each other, and I don't know how
Raziel.
to pronounce that. There you go. Plastic lizard men dinos, one step closer to Chef's Exodites.
I mean, you could.
Look, they did say that there was more.
Make some now.
They did say there was more dinosaurs coming.
Yeah, they said it was the crest of a wave.
Yeah.
Depending on the size of those, the raptors, you could probably get some shiny spears on those.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Jim Hamilton, LVO bit of a letdown, but I get to watch you guys. So,
that's nice.
Okay.
Thanks.
Crazy Shack 48, good morning TT. Could take or leave the 40k stuff because there were no Necrons or Custodies, but excited to see Chef enact some great plans with the new Seraphim.
There's going to be so many plans. So many plans. There's going to be so much that I need to get Fletcher to paint.
Well, you've got some contrast paints now.
I do have contrast.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to paint
The hobby
lizard
begins.
men. Not I got some paints from our good friend Nathan, he's our unofficial secret Santa. Praise be unto Nathan.
Nathan.
And because I've been saying about getting into painting again because I've not painted for years and years and years and years and years. So he sent me a whole bunch of contrast paints. So praise be unto him. I've been speaking with Stig and James about the best sort of paint brushes to get. No, don't be like, Chef, just buy a $400 airbrush. Yeah. No, I'm not doing it. Just get Fletcher to teach you. Fletcher's busy. Yeah. Fletcher's painting everything else that we have. So I'm going to get back into it for like my own kind of enjoyment. I don't know if I'm going to paint stuff for the channel just because then you're going to put it next to what Fletcher's painted and go, oh, I'm sad now. Oh, I feel really bad.
Why doesn't mine look like that? No, I can contrast paint and a dry brush and I can get some lizardmen done pretty quick.
Yep. They are very scaly.
Easy squeezy.
Yeah.
Stu Gibson, Chef's right. I played a competitive game with my Deathwing last week and tabled my friend's Tyrannus by turn 3. Deathwing are fierce now.
I mean, bragging about tabling Tyranids now, not so much of a brag because they got hit.
And
really
hey, Deathwing have always been fierce.
But Deathwing are I know that there's a lot of, I think it's called the theoretical Raven Wing going around at the moment.
Oh God, I don't want to know.
It's basically just all bikes and all speeders and you stay in Death Doctrine all game. And you just go, I'm advancing everywhere. Oh, I'm -1 to hit, don't care. Deathwing are pretty nasty.
Yeah, Deathwing Raven Wing. Yeah,
they don't have many weaknesses, which is the problem.
Nope.
Yeah, the Dark Angels are back in a big way, I feel.
Yep.
Especially considering that you always win them on what bid?
Moving on from that and saving your bid, Combat Wombat. Speaking of dogs, Cerberus Heavy Destroyer. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say.
It is a Cerberus Heavy Destroyer.
It exists.
I mean, we've seen them before, and now it's plastic. So
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think the scale's the same from what I can see.
Big old gun.
Yes, it does have a bottom section. Can everyone please get over this whole, like, oh, my regular dog's not got a bottom plate on it? First of all, you put it down flat on the table so you can't see it anyway. And also, if you look at the sprue, there's nowhere to put it. So get over it, please.
Yeah. My favourite thing that I saw pointed out about it was the people were saying like, it's an incomplete model and it's the only thing I'm ever going to notice about it. Did you notice it in the preview pictures? You did not.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, my
But I like to put mine on the turret side down and drive it around like it's upside down.
You can put models in it.
What if I play the narrative game and I flip it upside down and it's exploded? Well, it hit a mine, and also that's a perfect space for you to put cotton wool.
Exactly.
Play the narrative, put your models under it and drive around.
What gets hit and then does this?
I personally would like to say that my favourite things that have come out of this whole debacle is A, you can use it as a secret snack drawer, and B, you can put it on a flying stand.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I saw someone saying that it's a perfect spot to put all of the to put all the spare guns. Someone's going to magnetize the guns and put magnets on the inside, so it's just like they're all in one spot.
Yeah, I keep
put your
all of
characters
the
in
spare
it.
guns for my Spartan in its gob.
Nice.
Flappy assault round.
Majestic.
But yes, the Cerberus exists. It exists
it's
for Heresy. It's in plastic. This should be a surprise to no one that they're redoing all the Forge World resin in plastic.
I'd like to
it's
see
not.
It
some,
looks exactly the
I'd
same.
like to see some not tanks soon. Like some combat marines or Terminators or something.
I think they're just super easy to do for the res. But that's the thing. You're basically transferring resin into plastic. They are well easy to do in comparison to some of the specialists. I don't think you're ever going to see the specialist marines in plastic.
No.
I think you're going to see tanks. You're going to see maybe. Did they say that the new Horus model is plastic?
It's resin.
He's resin.
Yeah.
So like, I think you're just going to get all those big, like the centerpiece Primarchs and the specialist stuff for the legions are going to be in resin, unless it's a helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another good thing. I know it's not LVO related, slight tangent here. Everyone was going on about, oh, the Space Wolves helmet looks really stupid and because it's covered in walls. Okay, they released the Raven Guard one. There's no birds on it. It looks really stupid because it's super basic. No one's ever happy in this hobby.
The crazy thing with the Raven Guard helmet is that they are the beaky marines and they just have a beaky helmet. It's just a beaky helmet.
No, it needed feathers to be Raven Guard.
It's perfect.
I like it.
It's perfect.
I really like the Raven Guard ones. Yeah.
Why didn't they do that with all of them?
What, just make them all beakies?
They'll just make them just
I
not
think
covered in
everything
stuff.
should be a beaky all of
Everything
the time.
should be beaky.
All beakies all the time and everyone will be happy. Richard Coates has asked a question. Does Fletcher like painting dinosaurs?
No, he will.
He will
He
soon.
will.
He will soon.
Will.
Yeah.
I tell you, he is busy.
He is.
cooking
boy.
up. Right
As
now,
is.
he's painting something that's so good.
Yep.
It's so good. And you'll be seeing it soon.
Well, we're here early today, and when I arrived, I made him his third coffee, and we're early in theory.
He's made. I think he's made. He's painted the best model he's ever painted.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
The boy is outstanding. We're now on to the final super chat.
Amazing.
TNA are always fun. What about the end of Siege of Terror from the Black Library?
Oh, did they announce that as well?
No, they mentioned that I think it's the Black Library celebration next week, in a couple of weeks. I think they were talking about, they were already talking about the first volume of the last book, which I think has already been announced. Maybe there's a release date.
This is very gradually turning into the Hobbit film becoming 3 Hobbit films. Like, it's the last book of the Siege of Terror, part 1 of 5.
I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be good because the Siege of Terror books have been pretty good. I've not read any of them. I dropped out of the Horus Heresy after I started reading it, and then they went, here's another 15 books and 12 novellas. And have you heard any of these audio dramas? Well, then you're missing the entire... I was like, I'm good. I don't need this in my life. But I've heard very good things about the Siege of Terror books. You've read a couple of them?
Yeah. I'm up to date, but I've not done the most recent one. But they're very good. They're very good. If you want to catch up, just go Slaves to Darkness forwards.
And you're starting them soon, aren't you, Katie?
Starting
the Heresy books.
Yeah. Well, I've started them. I've read the first. Well, I've listened to the first one.
Yeah.
And then I'm about to do a lot of very long flights, so I'm going to be listening to
You've got some long distance.
Jonathan Keeble's going to keep you.
Keep me company. That's going to be very nice. We do have another quick question from Texas Sidewinder.
Yes.
Howdy again. Howdy. Chef, just watched your league list reveal yesterday and looks good. I can't wait for the new league. Who's up next on the league list reveal, Tram? Well, we can't reveal that yet. We can reveal it. I was just
Apparently
trying to
we
do
can.
a little error mistake. My list will be revealed next.
Okay.
So, but that will be next.
Shall I tell them what it is?
No!
Shall we tell them the results of the league that we clearly haven't filmed? I thought Chef would be using the leagues of Votan. Unless we're filming 15 games in January, which I'll tell you now.
Please no! No!
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I will honour my commitments for January, but not for the league.
Your contractual obligation.
You're nearly free.
Yeah,
Nearly.
Nearly free.
Speaking of nearly being free, that is us done.
One more super chat. Sorry, it just came in. I'm sorry.
We
Go
must
on.
answer the super.
Last one.
Luke Flynn. Hey Chef, just started a new Thousand Suns army as my first army and haven't played many games yet. How would you play Magnus semi-competitively, or is he awful?
He's not. Right. Semi-competitive. Hang on. You're playing. It's your first army, and you're going straight into semi-competitive. Okay. You don't want Magnus. He's really tough to use even in a kind of like a casual environment because he just dies. You can't hide him. He doesn't benefit from dents. You have to put pretty much all of your important psychic powers on him. And for the same number of points, you can get 10 Scarab Occult Terminators, which are generally better. Yes, they're not as psychically killy, but they are harder to shift. They require more firepower to shift as a general rule. They're easier to hide. They've got generally better combat. They actually have shooting. They're overall considered a better choice. Magnus, however, is a very fun model to use. He's just quite tricky to do, especially if you're just starting with Thousand Suns. I would definitely start smaller with Rubrics and with some actual Sorcerers and some Scarabs. Pretty much because that's the only choice you have, quite frankly, when it comes to Thousand Suns. The model range is not good in terms of variety. But Magnus, I struggle to use Magnus at the best of times because you put him down on the board, everyone goes, it's a giant Primarch that's nearly a quarter of your army. Oh, he's toughness 7.
Desolation Squad!
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, he's dead. It's fine. He's a Primarch with several thousand years worth of and then some because warp times
Send the RBTs after him.
into
There are bites!
the battlefield. Does he have the intelligence to hide his wings? No, because these are 2D models and that we daren't have extrapolation when it comes to creatures of great intelligence hiding their wings.
Sorry, I was being a brutalis.
I understand.
I enjoyed that. Right, that's us done. Thank you for being here with us on this special edition of the live stream. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed the LVO reveals. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you to everyone that has super chatted with us today, and we have got some very exciting stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye on our socials because we will show you our schedules as we've been doing on Sunday nights so you can see what's coming. But for now, it's been Mr. Chef, Mr. Bad, Jinx over there on the 1s and 2s.
Boop.
I've been your Chaos Lord Beard, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye!
Bye.